you know that you know. That's the thing. You know that you know that you know. It's always that little sound in our hearts and our spirit that we were like, I don't think, but a lot of us just tend to ignore it. And I'm telling you to stop ignoring it because you know. And that's really crucial and important because, like I said, it can really make or break sometimes our just pursuing purpose, etc. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video here on Chats with Michelle. What's up, guys? How's it going? So in today's video, as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about the 6 pillars to navigating adulthood and pursuing purpose. As you guys know, here on this channel, we focus on the journey of adulting and pursuing purpose. And in today's video, we are going to be focusing on both. So let's go ahead and just get right into this video. As I'm navigating adulthood, I realized that there are different things that have really helped me along the journey. And these are the 6 pillars that I found have helped me the absolute most. So I want to go ahead and come on here and share it with you guys because most of you guys watch me because you guys are also either navigating adulthood or you're pursuing purpose. These 6 pillars have really helped me along the journey and are still helping me along the journey. Now I want you guys to stay all the way to the end because I do have a proposal for you guys at the end so you guys can let me know what you think. So the 6 pillars are self-awareness, work ethic, finances, friendships and family, relationships and dating, and the power of no. These are the 6 pillars. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a background on them and why I think they're so important. So the first is the self-awareness pillar. And the reason why this is so important is because I believe that somewhere along the line from childhood, I'm not sure if it's like, those preteen years, but somewhere along the lines, we forget who we are. We forget about the value that we bring to the world and we just start having really like a quarter life crisis, I feel like. We forget who we are. We feel like we don't know what purpose we bring to the world. And I think it's so important that we become self-aware. So first it is realizing who you are and who you aren't. So basically self-worth and changing those limiting beliefs in your head. Once upon a time when we were young and we were kids, we thought that we were the biggest, the baddest, we could do anything. And then all of a sudden we get older and we start comparing ourselves to our neighbors. We start comparing ourselves to our peers, etc. So the first pillar, like I said, is self-awareness. It's that mindset shift, that mindset change. The second pillar is work ethic. This is a super important pillar because I find that a lot of times young adults are usually in between careers, just starting their career or trying to pursue or find their purpose, right? And a lot of times when you're in that like in between phase in life, you usually don't show up as your best self where you currently are right now. So what do I mean by that? Right now, you may be at a job that you probably hate or you're just not passionate about. So you're just like, well, I'm not gonna be here forever anyway, so I don't care. And I'm not gonna I'm just gonna come and do my job and I'm just gonna leave. Well, I think that's the biggest first issue. I think that it's important that you show up 100% of the time, 110% of the time, all the time. You should always do your best. You should always show up as your best self. Just because you're not where you want to be right now does not mean that you should not show up 100%. Because it may just be that your blessings are in the season that you're in right now, but the fact that you're not showing up 100%, you're missing out on those blessings. Get in the habit of being your best self right now because you just never know where it would take you in life. You never know who's watching, and even if no one's watching, it doesn't matter if no one's watching. You should always show up as your best self because how you show up now is more than likely how you show up in the future. You may think you're gonna change when you get your dream career or you start that dream business and you quit your 9 to 5, but a lot of times your ethic and your habits that you do now is exactly what you're gonna do later. And not for nothing, if you do, say for example, you do wanna be that business owner, would you want someone to work for you with your attitude? Think about it. Pillar number 3 is finances. This is super important. As you guys know on this channel, I kind of have a love relationship with money. Like I just enjoy talking about money. I enjoy talking about the different things about it. I enjoy making money. I think it's, I think it's just great. And with this pillar, it's not so much so the making money and making all this money type thing, but it's more so about budgeting. I think a lot of young adults, because we're young, right? Or, you're in that early phase, your 20s and maybe even 30s, like you're just irresponsible, and I've been guilty of this too. I've been so guilty. Like honestly, Amazon's a thing, guys. Like I've been guilty of this too, but I think it's so important, especially while you're young, that you budget. It's so important that you budget because you'll find it when you budget, you give yourself an automatic raise when you budget. Not only that, you know where your money's going, and it just creates healthy habits because when you start making more money, etc., you'll just have those healthy habits to know, where your money's going, how much you're making, etc. You're not just getting money in one hand and then blowing it in the next hand and living, you know, you want to do your best not to live from paycheck to paycheck, but start making those healthy habits, even if you're not making a lot of money right now, but just creating that healthy habit. Pillar number 4 is the friends and family pillar. This is a very important pillar because this pillar is basically about setting boundaries, honey. It's so important to set boundaries. I've learned this the very hard way. Just setting boundaries, but also understanding that you don't have to be friends with someone if they're literally sucking the life out of you. If someone's sucking the life out of you, whether it's friends or family, you don't need to be around. I mean, I'm not saying be rude. You can always be cordial, especially if this is someone who's frequenting your life. But you know, everyone doesn't need to be your friend, and even if they're family, that does not mean anything. I personally believe in going where you are celebrated, right? Not just tolerated. So if someone is, you know, they're condescending, they make little comments, they're just honestly not supportive in anything, in any shape or way that you do, protect your energy. Listen, you don't have to be around them, and that's okay. So pretty much setting those boundaries, because you'll find it that sometimes even our families will be the ones to put us down the most, right? And even some friends you may have. So really just setting those boundaries and protecting your energy. Pillar number 5 is relationships and dating. This is super important because a lot of us are dating, etc. We're like, you know, looking to get into that next chapter in our life. And this is an important pillar because let's be honest, like relationships and dating can like seriously put a damper in our like life, right? If it's not done well, if it's not done right, if you date a person who like breaks your heart, etc., like now you might have a setback, right? And you got to refocus your mind and refocus your brain and just everything. So the reason why I put this pillar in here is I think it's so important that you stick to your values, because you know what you deserve. You know exactly what you deserve. You know exactly what you desire. So do not settle for less. And when I say don't settle for less, I'm not saying in the sense of like, you know, the superficial, artificial type things. I mean in the sense of like self-worth, your value. If you know that you said you don't want to be with a person who does X, Y, Z because that's just, you know, because you know it's just not good for you, then you stick with that. It's not because he's cute or she's cute or I could change. No, stick to your values. You know exactly the values that you have. You know your worth. And if you don't know your worth, go back to pillar number 1, which is self-awareness, so that you can relearn your worth, right? And do not settle for less. Look past the physical, go deeper. What is this person's character like? Are they abusive, like verbally abusive, right? Like we know what we deserve. We know what we need. So do not just, I can't say this enough, but basically just do not settle for less. You know exactly what it is that you deserve. And you know that you know. That's the thing. You know that you know that you know. It's always that little sound in our hearts and our spirit that we were like, I don't think, you know, but a lot of us just tend to ignore it. And I'm telling you to stop ignoring it, because you know. And that's really crucial and important, because like I said, it can really make or break sometimes our just pursuing purpose, etc. And the 6th and final pillar is the power of no. You guys know I feel so strongly about this, and the reason why I feel so strongly about this because I personally went through this myself, just having a very hard time saying no. And that's why it was so important to make sure that I included this in these 6 pillars. And the reason why this is important is because you will never find time. You have to make time, and that's exactly why you have to learn to say no. Now, you guys know I recently made a video all about scheduling and managing your time, and that has a lot to do with this, and I'll make sure to link in the description box below, and I'll probably put it up here somewhere. But you know, it's not that you cannot do it. You can do any and everything you want, just not all at the same time. So you have to learn to say no. You have to know if this serves you or if it doesn't serve you. And when you say no, you do not have to apologize about it, and you really don't have to give an explanation if you don't want to, right? Like, you just don't, you know? So it's just learning to say no and scheduling your time and making time for what is important, and not just feeling like you have to just, you know, say yes to everything and be there for everybody, because guess what? You can't. You're only one person, and then when you're there for everybody else, when are you going to be there for you? So that's why you have to learn to say no. So anyways, guys, I really hope that this helped you, the 6 pillars of navigating adulthood and pursuing purpose. Now, this was just kind of like just scratching the surface of these 6 pillars. There's actually a method to my madness and all of those things. With that being said, like I said in the beginning of the video, and I asked you guys to stay and watch it all the way to the end because I wanted to know if you guys would like me to go deeper in the method and how you can really master and succeed at these 6 pillars. Now, what do I mean by that, Michelle? Are you gonna make another YouTube video? No, I'm not. I will not be making another YouTube video. So what I was thinking, I would create a 6-week course, mentorship type course. I don't really have the name for it yet. Honestly, I don't know that it's a mentorship course or program, but it would be like a 6 to 7 week course where we would go through these different 6 pillars and I'd really break it down and I'd provide method and strategy on how to go ahead and really execute this the best way possible. So let me know if that's something that you guys would actually be interested in because, you know, like, why make it if you guys are not interested? Let me know if this is something that you guys would be interested in. And the way that you can let me know if you'd be interested is by clicking the description box below. There is a questionnaire down there. It's anonymous. I will not know who you are, but just let me know if this is something that you'd be interested in. And if it's not something that you're interested in, let me know something that you would be interested in. Like, is there something else you'd be like, no, Michelle, actually, I don't see you doing this, but I could see you doing this. Let me know, guys. I love the feedback. Trust me, I'm here for the feedback. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos. As always, you can always share this video if you would like to. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. And there's some really exciting things coming up really soon, so I cannot wait to share it with you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video here on Chats with Michelle. Bye, guys.